This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders. Today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2022, and this is Stock Market Update for trades of the day. Boy, if you wanted opportunity in the market, you obviously had it today. There was swings in both directions in this market. Did end up a little bit down, but close to almost flat. Let's take a look and see what's going on, see what we can plan for, and see what might be coming up in the rest of this week here. Just remember, we're not financial advisors, but we do want to bring as much content to you as possible to hopefully help you out as we are helping ourselves out on these trades. So let's get right into it. See here on the market, the Dow Jones closed down 0.56%, NASDAQ down 0.28%, and S&P 500 down 0.72%. It was a guessing game on who was going to win, the bears or the bulls today. You see here these charts here, let's take a look at them. And you can see here the Dow Jones kind of opened up kind of flat. And then we had this little boost and then a nice little rally up here. And why this was flat, oil stocks just killed it. And we'll get the charts and take a look at it. But oil stocks just really killed it this morning. These small cap stocks just rocketed. And then when the news came out, some news about, sanctions and oil and things like that, then all of a sudden we had this big old huge rally up here, and then pull back during the day. So you had this big rally, a pullback, a little bit of a pullback up again, retracement basically is what I would call it, and then a pullback down to the lows of the day. So we closed at the lows of today on the Dow, NASDAQ, not quite the lows, but almost flat. But you can see the same price action today. So a nice little rally up, a pullback, rally up halfway, and a pullback. So this is very normal, natural symmetry in the marketplace as far as when you're seeing these retracements about 50% and these consolidations. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of that. If you're looking at the heat map here, you can see it's kind of mixed. Our Microsoft, Apple, Amazon kind of were pulled back a little bit, but Google, Facebook, and Tesla really did well today. Tesla just rocketed today, and so did Chevron, CVX, which I have this on my charts as well. So this one did really well. As far as our small caps, so I had some that were on the list last night. We had those up playing today. A couple others hit us pre-market as well. I won't get into all of them, but definitely there was opportunity in these oil stocks that are just running up here. But they're temporary. They're more like a day trade or maybe a couple day trade. That's it. So just be careful out there if you are trading them. So Chevron, you see Chevron's just been on a rocket ride here, and it did today again. So low back here on yesterday, or the high was, this 162 area. We hit 174. So you can see on our trend line, we've hit it again at the top here. It did pull back, gave you another chance in here to this 165 when the news came out, and then kind of rallied back up here and then kind of flattened out. So we'll see if we get another rally tomorrow. We got to get it back above this 174 area to really kind of take this long. If it breaks down, since it's below this 20 now, if it breaks below this 50, then there'll be a possible shorting opportunity. At some point, I do expect money's going to flow back out of oil and back into tech stocks and other areas. But for right now, it's just been on a rally with all the stuff going on in the news. So SEDG, so this one, Solar Edge. So all these energy stocks, just solar energy, all energy there's just tons of plays every day right now. So that's what we're looking for in the morning. But you see SEDG, it had pulled back here, rallied up here yesterday, 316.36. That was almost the same place it was earlier, and then pulled back here to 297, and then just rocket right up from 297 up to 335.02. Pull back again, almost down to the 20, and it's just finished up kind of in this little channel here. So really doing well. So looking for a continuation play, especially with the consolidation here tomorrow. CYRN. So this one is multi-day trade here. It was at the 702 level, came up to 790. Didn't know if we were going to get anything out of this thing, but then today it just it just rocketed right past our trend line, and it cleared up to 1387. So, really almost 100% return. Now, the one thing, I've always said in our videos is, on these small stocks, you have to be careful. They typically will spike once, possibly a lot of times pre-market, and then they might spike again. But sometimes they don't give you more than twice. So you have to be really careful. And you can see with CYRN, I'll kind of zoom it out here a little bit so you can see it. You had that initial spike. You had a little bit of a pullback. You had to come back up and retest this area here and found resistance, and then it just dropped off. So you have to be really careful with these, and they're not ones you hold. I do not hold these. It's just too risky. But for a scalp trade, day trade, these stocks can really, if you get them 100% on a stock in a day, can amount to huge returns. And that's the only reason that I look at these. So IRNT. So IRNT, you can see here we had a big pullback here, broke out of this downward trend line, and then just had a nice little rally up here. Not a ton on this one. You're basically going from 450 to 526, but really small, cheap stock. Nice rally up, and then a pullback. So does this give us another day? Don't know if it will. We'll watch it. But if you caught some of that, great trade. Mosaic. So Mosaic, had a nice pullback here off of this trend line, trending down, but nice spike from this morning. So you see here, 56.76 is where we were at, and the top of our trend line was 62.68, which was resistance. And it pulled back, snapped back down here to this 57 area, just right down here. You can see this little level, the support level we have drawn out here, and that's there all the time. We have one down here lower as well, but you can see here, try to bounce off that, rally up, try to retrace, and then failed and pulled back. So it's above the 200, it's below all the rest of moving averages. Does this give us another one? Maybe, maybe not. Mosaic, this one has ate my lunch a few times, so just be careful with this one. It's when it moves, you can see these moves. They're pretty long. So when this stock moves, it can move quick. So just be careful with Mosaic if you were trading that. As far as earnings are concerned, I told you this is going to be slow. We did look at Dix and Petco. Nothing really big. Bumble. I looked after hours as well today. Wasn't really impressed with anything really I see or saw that we was worth trading. So we'll watch on Wednesday. Don't really have anything in the morning. Campbell Soup's reporting. So we'll look at a couple of them. But end of day, CrowdStrike may get my attention here. With all the things around, the security and hacking and all the things that are going on. Definitely looking at companies like this to see what they're going to do. So we'll be watching Asana and CrowdStrike at the end of the day tomorrow, and then on Thursday, JD and some of the others, and we'll cover those later. But Thursday's probably my busiest day after hours, and then that'll be it for this week as far as probably what I'll be hitting. Amazon, talked about this last night. We may be coming into a double bottom here, and that's exactly where we're at right now. If we do hold this, if we do hold this here and bounce tomorrow, then we could have a double bottom in here with Amazon, and so that would be great. If not, if we break this, if we get below this 2700 area, which we talked about last night, I'll be looking for a short opportunity down to this 200 moving average down here. So just looking for some support here and see if we can hold this line, or if not, then possibly short. Google, same thing. These are looking pretty similar. So Google coming down here to hopefully give us a double bottom here, almost a triple bottom with this little wick here. But a double bottom and pop off here. If it breaks below 25.38, looking for a short opportunity down to the 100 moving average at 22.77. If we can bounce back above the 50, then at least ride it up here. Try to at least get it up to the 20, maybe 27.52. Tesla. So Tesla, it's down here. It looks like it's trying to get momentum up, but it closed at the bottom of this candle. So showing some weakness here. If it breaks below 820, definitely a shorting opportunity below that. If we can, bounce off the 50, kind of right here where it's at, maybe there's a right up to, this 900 area. But don't know if we'll get there. My guess is we might get up, close to it, maybe 889. But looking for a bounce in the morning off this 50. Nvidia, double bottom, another one, another double bottom here. So if it holds above this and can bounce off this 209 area, looking and above the 50 moving average here at 222, looking for a rally back up here towards the 20. If it breaks below this level here, 209, looking for a shorting opportunity down to the 100 here at 181. Apple's sitting here kind of right in the middle of the 200 and the 100, but showing weakness here with the SPY. We could possibly double bottom if it comes down, actually be closer to triple bottom, but because this one kind of messed it up here. But possibly down to the 200 is what I'm looking at. This line here that I have support line at 154.50, looking for a bounce off that 200. If we do, maybe that can give us enough support to rally back up here, towards this 162 area. If we break the line here at the 200 moving average, then looking for a short opportunity here. If it's below this 154.50, looking for, possibly coming down to 137.89, which is where we were at before. That's kind of where that line comes from, just in case you're wondering. AVGO, so we talked about this one, just hugging that 20. Can't get this thing to move, sitting right on that 20. Again, just waiting for this. It's consolidating either for a breakdown or a break up. So if we can break down, if we break down below the 20, looking for a continuation play down here to 523.80. If we get, if we can get back above support here at around 640, we can hopefully rally up to 677. So Microsoft is, could this be a double bottom? Could, but this longer candle makes me wonder if this is weak. So if we don't get back above 276 in the morning, this is probably a short opportunity at least to 254. If it breaks that down to 204, if we get back above that 50, 287, then maybe resistance at 302.60, break that, then we got a nice run up to 348. Apple, we covered that one. Take that one off. Continue to subscribe. Definitely like our video. Take a moment out, like our video. Pause this if you need to, or do it at the end. But definitely, let us know how we're doing, and if this is helpful for you in planning your day. 10-year yield bonds, kind of flat here underneath that 20, just sitting here below it between the 20 and the 50. So that's fine with me where it's at now. U.S. oil's kind of was flat for the day. So, I mean, there's stocks that are moving, but oil's kind of consolidating. Usually when it consolidates, it gets a little flat here. It either is trying to build momentum, it may be able to go back up and retry to capture, go up to 130. If not, then we may start retracing back here. And, here's our trend lines or breakout lines here. So we can see if, maybe we get a little bit of retracement here if oil does weaken. Dollar, told you last night, I don't like the dollar moving up here. So we're sitting here at another high, just at around $99, hundreds right here, break above that, then we'll start, going towards those highs again. Not good. Really showing inflation kicking in here. So we'll see what it brings, but just keep an eye on that dollar because that could bring the market down. VIX. The VIX did spike up here towards our resistance line of this big old huge break up candle that we had back in February. But it closed kind of right here, still in the highs. It's still above 32. It's right in 35 range. Can we pull back? That would be great. If we pull back, we even have some gaps to fill. Back towards this 20, we could get a nice rally out of the market this week. If we kind of go back up here and spike up again, then it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough week to get a rally out of here that's sustainable. So just keep it on that VIX pre-market and at the open so you can kind of get a general feel for where it's at. SPY, nice little ride up on the SPY, and we're taking a nice little ride down. So, do we double bottom here where we have this wick here, find support, bounce off of here? That's where my support line is at 415. We got to be pretty close to it. So if we don't open above 350 or 415, I think we'd be working our way down to 411, maybe even 400. So we'll see, but we got to be above that 415 in the morning. If we can, then maybe we can rally back towards this 432 level and kind of break back out. But right now we are in a downward trend, and it's red. Triple Qs closing down here. Could this be a double bottom? Maybe it's a weak one, but right on the 100. If we break this 100, then 298 would be the next level to come down to. If we can stay above here in the morning, the 323 area, then hopefully we can rally back up to 339.92 or 350. Semiconductors, right in the middle of our support resistance line here at 255 and 331. So looking for, a direction here on semiconductors. If it breaks below where it's currently at, yesterday's close, look for a short. If it breaks above yesterday's close, we'll look for possibly a rally up. Dow Jones, it's close right down here to our lower trend line here. It tagged it here, bounced way off of it. Here it's a lot more weaker. It's really strong coming down. So if we break, this 330, this 324 area, looking for a short down to the 100. We can bounce off of here. Just, not really, too keen on trading the Dow Jones right now, but, if we can bounce back off where we're at right now, possibly could ride back up to the top of this candle, 335.40. A WM, sitting here, consolidating right on our support line here. So if we break the support line, or yesterday's close, basically, looking for a short opportunity down to the 200. If we can break up and get above 198, which is right here where our 100 moving average is, maybe we can rally up towards the 20 and the 50 moving average. Financials, really weak. If it continues to be weak, if it's weak tomorrow, we very well, probably have a down day tomorrow. And you can see that the financials, if it gets above yesterday's close, maybe it'll rally back up to recapture the 50 moving average here at 36.92. If yesterday's close does not hold, and we break below yesterday's close, we could be coming clear down here to 33.90 or 33.82, which is where the 100 is. XLV is sitting, basically right here around around the 50 and the 20. So if we can get above 131, look for a rally up. If we break below 127.85, then a rally back down here to a support line here at 124. Looking at our technology sector, you can see here again weakness with the rest of the technology sector right here between the 150 and the 100. So if we can break above yesterday's close, look for rally to 151. Rally, if we break below yesterday's close, then 136. Bitcoin, just consolidating here, flat for a few days here. If we break above, the 50 moving average here, 43,000 area, and the 20, we can, then go long. If we break below this, this 100 moving average, then we'll go short. So looking just for direction right now, it's just kind of sitting right here in the middle. Waves, nice newer high here, 24.38, and then pull back, just busted above our next line here, and then pull back right in between our two support and resistance lines. So if we break back above here, look for a rally up towards new highs. If we break below here, then looking at a short opportunity or getting out. Luna had this little pullback here, found support here on a support line, bounced off of it, rallying back up here. It's got to get above our resistance line here at 88. If we can do that, then we can rally hopefully up back to 97. Just looking for Luna to continue to show us some strength here and bounce and recover. Again, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, or to check out our videos. Give us a like and tell us what we can do to improve them. And hopefully these can help you in your trading, and hopefully a little education along the way as well, at least on what techniques we're using to trade and what levels we're looking at to trade the market. So stay safe out there, and we'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trades went, and see how the market's doing and where we're going next. Everybody have a great night.